Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I am creating a new series of videos on Microsoft Fabric. I hope my videos will help you to understand various services available within Microsoft Fabric. So what is Microsoft Fabric? So Microsoft Fabric is very powerful and unified platform, integrates data science, data engineering and business intelligence. It brings several services together to help you to manage your data and analyze your data in a seamless manner. In today's video, I'm talking about the Fabric's data engineering layer, where you will learn how to create a data lakehouse and then how to upload the data, a CSV file into file section of the data lakehouse, and then using Apache Spark, preparing your data in a very nice way, and then publish that into a table, a delta table, analyze the data using the SQL query in the SQL Analytical Endpoint. It's a end-to-end video. My request is to watch this video completely so that you'll understand the topic in a very clear manner and you'll have a better idea about a Fabric. Maybe you are very beginner of Fabric, or maybe you might be knowing something about Fabric, but this video will give you some kind of a new point of view so that the topics can be understood. My request is to subscribe my channel if you have not yet subscribed, and make sure that you are sharing this video as many as possible so that they will also understand the topic about and also about me, because your like, your subscription and your share are very valuable to me. So now let's proceed to the video and understand how to use the data engineering layer of Microsoft Fabric. In this video, the first step to make you understand how to create a workspace enabled with Fabric trial, and then add a lakehouse into that using the data engineering tab, and then ingest the data inside and other things. First we need to add a workspace, so I'm just going inside workspace and adding a new workspace. Name of the workspace is, and in the advanced I must select the trial for Fabric, 60 days trial, and apply. Now the workspace created, which is enabled with Fabric services. Now in the left side down you can see the Power BI logo. If I click on that, I will be able to see the other services like data engineering, data science, etc. So I'm selecting the data engineering because that is the focus area for this video. And then I have various items to be added, where I'm selecting the lake house, and then name of the lake house will be without any spaces or separated by underscore only. Create it. Now I'm inside the lake house and I have options to ingest the data by just uploading the data from the local machine or using other services like data flow gen 2 or pipeline, etc. In this example, I'm going to upload the file from my local drive. Using that data, I'm preparing the data first using Apache Spark. To do that activity, you should know what kind of data we are using, the quality of the data, so that we can make a note of all the problems in the data, and then we can use Apache Spark to clean the data before pushing that file to a table, a delta table, where I can use SQL query to understand the data or analyze the data. Now let me show you what kind of data I am dealing with. I'm using a CSV file and I need to see the quality of the file. So let me jump into the file. I have almost 7-8 columns, where I have registration number, which is not really required for my analysis, but I don't want to disturb the CSV file. I wanted to make sure these things are taken care inside the workspace in Power BI service. I have few customers and I have date of joining. This actually CSV file, when uploaded inside the lakehouse, there is no dynamic metadata, so all will be treated as text values only, and this date also will be text. And more problem is it's very customized date, so the day, comma, month name, and then day number, and then accordingly the year. How to translate this into a proper date is one task for us. The next column is department. In department we have several issues For example, if I scroll down, you will find some names are actually little having more extra spaces, and few are not having proper case, and also few null values are there. That is another area where we need to clean the data. And there is a duration column which should be a number column. By default it will be a text column inside that lake house, and it has some errors and how to deal with those errors. So these are the main areas we need to focus. After that, we need to create a column where we need to generate a fees column, and that will be the revenue column, and accordingly we will understand how to analyze the data in SQL. Now let me upload this data into the lake house. For that, let me select upload files and then search the file and upload. I need to copy the path of this file where exactly it is located. So if I go to the properties of this CSV, the three dots are more options, and select properties, I can see a relative path, files and data transform CSV. This is required for me to load the data into the Apache Spark. And with that, we are now ready to use the notebook. So I'm just selecting the open notebook and then new workbook. So there I can use the PySpark, or I can use Spark Scala, Spark SQL and other things. But I will discuss PySpark in this video. In the first cell, data frame equal, I need to use Spark and read the data from a CSV file. So format CSV. And when I'm reading the CSV file, by default this data will be read only without headers. So I need to say option, that is header true. So the header will be there, and then load the data, and we have a location where just we have copied that, paste it. So files, data transform and CSV. Now I need to read the data, I need to see the data in the cell. For that, display the data frame, and if I click on that run button, now this is the data. Suppose if I don't write this particular code option, and if I just run this, you will not see the headers. Rather, the headers are actually part of the data. That is the reason we have considered option header true. You can write header false also. We have header, so let us use it. In certain scenarios, you may not have header. In that case, you need to say header is false, and accordingly the data can be taken care. Now, the next step is to take care of the column date of joining. And I don't want all these, there are some 500 rows are there. I don't want all the 500 rows. So I say df.head, the top 5 rows. And if I run this, I will see only 5 rows, so that I have enough space to see the rows and accordingly write the code further. In first place, if you look at all the data types, only text. So I need to make sure wherever required the data type to be changed. And most importantly the date, because I require the date column properly, because I want to use some time intelligence based on the requirement. So here the date is into 3 sections. One is the week name, like day name or Saturday something, then month and day number, then year, separated by comma. So that is where I'm using as a delimiter, and I'm splitting this into 3 different sections. But I need to use some functions. So at this level I cannot directly split the column. For that I need to import the SQL function. So I need to write another code in the next cell from PySpark, because I'm using PySpark .sql.functions, import all. Sometimes you can import only the required functions, but here I am importing everything. Now I need to split data of joining column into 3 sections. Each column will have its own name. So data frame equal data frame dot with column. So with column means with that column what example I'm going to do. So I need to have a new name of the column, that is day name or week name, whatever, and then split the column called date of joining that is the column I need to take care of by a comma and space, because if you see after comma there is a small space. Then from there I need to get the first item. Here the indexing starts from 0, that is the reason 0. Now dot. Instead of that, you can actually make it indented in a proper manner. Just give a space and give a slash and enter. Then give a tab and come near to this so that every line will be in the sync. So again with column, and I want now month and day together. Just randomly I'm giving a name, and then split the column in the same fashion. So column will be again date of joining. Again it is separated by a comma and a space, and then I need to get another item, that is the second item, number 1. Again I can just copy this, and if I just paste it and make it 2, here instead of month day I will say year. Now since I have this entire date split into 3 columns, I don't require this date of joining column, so drop date of joining, and then for that I need to give a separator here. So that's it. Now I can just see the data, whether my data is showing properly or not. So here I'll do one thing, I'll remove the registration number also, because even that also I want to get rid of. And then display df.head, and I want 5 rows. And if I run this one by one, I need to run this cell. By mistake I clicked on this. Now you can see the date of joining is gone and the registration number is gone, but now you have day name, month, day and year columns are ready. Now we will do the next step, where we want to bring this as a single date. That means 2017-1-7. I want that. How to deal with that will be seen in the next step. To deal with any kind of time intelligence, I require a proper date column. Currently I have the column in split, month, day and year. Basically I need to combine these two, January 7, 2017, and accordingly I'll translate into a proper date format. And also I want only the month name, and also I want a month number. So I need to add a new code cell. There I need to write df equal df.with column. Now I need to create a new column called start date, rather just say simply date, and then I need to concatenate these two with a separator. So concat with separator, and the delimiter will be a space, comma. Which are the columns? One is month day column, comma year column I am concatenating. And then let me just display df.head 5 rows, and if I run I will be able to see the month, year now together. But still this is not a date, it is still in the text format. On top of that I require now month name also, and I want to translate this into a date format. To change the text string date to a proper date column, let me add the line of code here itself. I need to add a line separator and then with column. So I need to give a new name, start date, because I am constructing a new column, and then I need to use to date. I need to convert into date, and then the column name is date, and I want the format January. That means it's a full month, so I need to add within single quotes M. Month should be capital, M should be capital, then space D space Y, because here full month, and then after space D date, automatically it will be like 1 or 30 or 20 whatever, and then year in the full format. You see here is in full characters, and there was a space between 7 and 2017, that is why we added the space, and add a separator. I need to close the bracket, and then I need to add one more thing, that is I want January from the month day column. Basically I am using a left kind of function. So with column, the column name will be month name, and then I'm using a function substring, and then the column name will be here month day, and then I want 3 characters from the very beginning, 0, 3. The indexing starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 characters, so till third character, and then this will give me the proper data. Since I have done with the columns, I don't require this month day column and even the date column as well. So I can say first I need to add a line separator, then drop first month day comma date, and then if I run the code, you can see the outcome. Now month name is there and start date is there. Now we require the month number as well, because when I am using this data in Power BI, I need to sort my month name in a proper order. They require the month number as well. So let me create month number. To get the month number, I need to add another line of code here itself. So dot with column. So the column name will be month number, and I need to pick up the column from the date format function, and the column will be start date, and I want only one month, one M, so that I'll get the month number. And if I run this code, I will be able to see the month number, but it is a text column, but I want a number column. To get the month number in the integer format, I need to add another cell, and there df equal df dot with column, and the column name, the new column name will be month number in a different format, and then I need to just bring that entire column, that is df data frame and the month number dot cast, convert into integer. And if I just display df dot head and 5 rows, and if I run this, I'll be able to see the month number in the form of number. Since I have a proper month number, I don't require this month number column anymore, and also I can get rid of this month day as well. So I can simply write separator and dot drop, the column name is month number, and then month day is the column, and if I run, I'll see only rest of the columns. So I have month number, month name, and date and year. So this entire related calendar related information is available. The next problem is the department column. So in the department column, we have certain issues which I will again show you in the Excel file. Then I will explain how to deal with them. In the source file, if you look at the department column, we have variety of the data. One, we have certain blanks. In the second place, we have finance, and also this finance is not in the proper order. For example, if you see, there are trailing spaces and leading spaces, and also the finance is not like this, is like this. And also there are certain null values which need to be replaced with any specific value. So let me jump into my notebook and then add a new code. So df equal, first of all, df dot with column, whatever that department column. So I will define the same column. Within the column, I need to trim the column because I need to take care of that leading and trailing spaces, and the column name is department, and this will give me the names. For example, in Excel you have these values because of the leading spaces, that will be taken care of. For example, this is the 153rd row. Let me run this row and let me show you what exactly it shows. So display df, and if I run, and in the data frame, if I go to the 153rd row, so the finance is coming properly. Even 152nd row is coming, finance is coming left side, so the spaces were gone. But this finance, I don't want like this. I want proper in a short form fin. I mean, finance also should be in the form of fin. For that, I need to write the code. So let me add the new code, line separator. So replace all the values. One is the finance should be replaced. Second is the value which is showing like this. This should be replaced. And these two values to be replaced with fin. That's it. And after that, I want to remove that null value. So fill NA with fin, and let us see what exactly happens. So NA value is there in the 136th row. So currently if I go to 136th row, you will see one null value. In the department you have null, 135th row. So now that will be replaced with fin, and also the finance and finance will have only fin. So now let me run the code, and if I go to 135th row, now it has become finance, and wherever null value was there also is taken care of. Now you have a proper column. So now we have cleaned the department column. Since I don't want to use a lot of space for this table, I want to just have only 5 rows. So df dot head and 5 rows, so that I'll have only number of rows 5, so that I can see the values properly. Next problem is the year column and the duration column are in the text format. I need to bring them to the number format. So df equal df dot with column, and then the new column name is duration 1 comma df and duration dot cast integer. Give a line separator, copy this entire thing, paste it. Now this will be year column, year 1, new column, and this column will be year. Once it is done, I don't require the duration column and year column. Drop year column and duration column, and then whatever columns I have created newly, that is year 1 and duration 1, should be renamed. So with column renamed. So the column name is currently duration 1 to be renamed as duration, and then column renamed year 1 should be renamed as year, and then df display dot data frame dot head 5 number of rows. Okay, and if I just run the code, you will see the number columns, the text columns are gone. So now month number, year are numbers, duration is a number, month name is a text, start date is a date. Other columns, they need to be text, so we don't have any problem. And the final column, what I want is the revenue column, the fees column. There is an effort, number of hours spent. For that I require a revenue. So I need to create one if statement, so that basically kind of a logical statement where I need to get the revenue. So I need to create another cell. So df equal df dot with column. The column name is fees, and I need to use a when statement. So when df dot, because I'm dealing with the complete duration column, so less than equal 35, then another 15, then it has to be 15,000, a fixed fees. And when df dot duration, careful about spellings, less than equal 35, then it has to be df dot duration multiplied by 900, otherwise df dot duration multiplied by 800, and this will give me a number column. So simply I need to just create the complete data frame to see whether the values are good. So display df dot head df, that's it, and let me run the complete code once so that I can see the final outcome. Now you can see the values are coming, and wherever the value is less than 15, it is 15,000. When it is more than 15, that is below 35, it is 900, and it is more than 35 where the value is like 36, you can see it is coming as a 800 value. So that is how we have got the column as well. And finally we need to write this to delta table so that we can use this table for our SQL analysis. Before translating this into a delta table, I missed one small step. That is, in duration I have a null value, because in duration I have an error. Once I converted that error into this column into a value, that error has become a null value, and that null value to be replaced with any value, otherwise it will be 0. For that I can actually write the line here itself. So separator and then dot fill NA, and I need to fill that NA null value with 20, but not anywhere. I want to add inside the duration column only, so that it will go to the duration column and it will find all NAs. Wherever NA is there, it will replace with 20. No logic, I want to just add 20 there. And then finally I need to just run this to see the final outcome, so that I can translate this into a delta table. So now that is taken care, there is no error, that means everything is good. So now I'm going to the next line, next cell. There I'm writing the final code, that is df dot write, and the format is delta dot save table as. Simply say save, otherwise you can save as table also. So here I need to give the name of the table as sales data. Then finally I need to print a statement saying that table created successfully, and finally running completely so that all things are taken care and my final table is ready. So table created successfully. So now let me go to the lake, and if I go to table and just refresh, you can see the table is appearing. On top of that, I can start writing my SQL queries, or I can use this as a semantic model and start creating my report in Power BI as well. So let me show you few SQL queries. So where I am ending the video, but on top of this I'm going to create further how to create the star schema and how to develop the star schema using again PySpark, and how to use that semantic model inside Power BI is the second video. So let me show you that how to use the SQL query statements. If you want to analyze this data using SQL query, you need to change the view. Currently you are in the lake house. Select it and select the SQL Analytics Endpoint. There I can write a query. For example, I want to see top 5 cities revenue. So I can just go to new SQL query, select top 5 city, sum of fees as sales from sale data, group by city. And if I run the code, I need to type top, and then I can see the top 5 city revenue. Not only that, now I can go to my workspace where I can see the sales data semantic model is already available. I can simply just select more options and create a report, and now I can start creating report the way I want. More to come about this option. So how to create measures and how to use this, how to edit this model, etc., will be discussed in the next video. I hope this video gives you a kind of understanding about how to use PySpark in Fabric and how to prepare your data in a better way.